Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mudkips and I am your coach for the Texan Clearbodies in season number 1 of the STL. This is week number 7, in which we take on the Manhatan Mudkips and their coach Andrew. But this is not the battle, this is not the regular video. This is actually our battle, separate from our team builder. The team builder went up 2 hours ago roughly. If you missed that, the link to the playlist and the team builder, if I remember to put it in there, will be linked down below. Otherwise, it is in the playlist. It will probably be in the playlist. If not, it's the most recent video on the channel. Check that out if you would like to see the team that we are rocking out with this week for our match against Andrew and his Manhatan Mudkips. But this week we decided to split the videos. I decided to split the video up because Andrew has a logo, and I decided, let me try this, see what you guys think. Let me know down below whether you guys prefer team builder and battle separately or combined, as we've been doing so far. So let me know down below so that I know what to do for you guys going forward. So, like I said in the team builder, Andrew is a very scary player. Before we battled, he's third in the league. We are second in the league, right above or right below left. So we are in the top 3, but Andrew is top 3. So Andrew's a very scary player, and he has a very scary draft. I mentioned some of his scary threats in the team builder. Like I said, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. It is the most recent video on the channel, so check that out. If you have not already, I would recommend that you watch that before you watch this, so that you have an idea of what we are rocking out with this week and why we are rocking out with it. So without further ado, let's go ahead, so this doesn't end up being a ramble video, let's go ahead and hop into the battle itself here. As let's pull that up, and if we look at my opponent's team here, he bought his Metagross, he bought his Komala, he bought his Gengar, he bought his Medicham, he bought his Landorus Incarnate, which is not Sheer Force, and he's bought his Torrent Greninja. So he can only bring Torrent Greninja, he can only bring Sandforce Landorus, and he bought his Komala, and I didn't know this about Komala. Well, I mentioned that it exists in the team builder, but I didn't know it until after the battle, that Komala gets Rapid Spin. Just as a note, Komala gets Rapid Spin. So I said in the team builder that we would lead with Galvantula. So without further ado, let me make sure that things are set up correctly. We are set up correctly. So let's go ahead and hop into the battle. So I expected him to either lead with his Medicham, Gengar, Greninja, or one of those three. So I decided to bring our lead with our Charlotte, because Charlotte is our lead. He led with his Komala, who has Comatose, which, for those of you who don't know, Comatose makes it so the only status affliction that Komala can deal is Parahax, I believe. Parahax is the only status affiliation that it can be inflicted with. So, like I said, in the team builder, our first move is to put up webs. So we put up webs, and I decided, Volt Switch out. He clicks Rock Slide. I live the hit because of my 56 HP EVs. I decided, let me Volt Switch out, so I have a favorable scenario. I Volt Switch out into my Lantern because Lantern can take Rock Slides. He Rapid Spins, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I click Scald, do at 14%, don't burn. He clicks Wood Hammer, and because of my 108 HP investment, my defensive investment, I am able to live. I was debating whether to stay in here. I let him kill my Lantern, because if you'll notice, he didn't bring his Entei, so Lantern doesn't need to run its Heal Bell variant anymore. So I was debating whether to let him go or not, and I decided that I would let it go. I decided to Volt Switch out because that's all I can do. He switches into his Metagross, I switch into my Manectric, fire up a Flamethrower, do around, how much damage is it? It is 41%, so that was max HP Metagross. So I did around 45%. Depending on the damage roll, I would kill with the next flamethrower. So he clicked Zenhead, but he didn't kill because of my HP investment. He switched out because he knew the flamethrower probably would kill into his landers. I do about 41%, but it's not a favorable matchup for me, so I do switch out. And my Lantern, sacking it off. He clicks Stone Edge, he does not kill, and that goes to show you how bulky Lantern is, as far as taking hits and whatnot have you. His name is Gandhi. That's a fabulous name for that thing, by the way. Shout out to you on the name. But the Stone Edge doesn't kill, but I don't outspeed, so the Stone Edge will kill on the next hit. I was hoping it'd miss, but it didn't, so the Lantern drops. And at this point, I'm like, he's probably Choice Scarfed. I'm thinking he's Choice Scarfed because all he's done is Stone Edge. So I'm gonna go into my Metagross, or I'm gonna go into my Alakazam. He's gonna switch straight out, which reveals to me he is in fact Choice Scarfed. I'm gonna Mega Evolve and trace his Clear Body, of course, because I do get Trace as I come in to Mega Evolve. I'm gonna click off Hidden Power Ice. He predicted that and made the aggressive switch. Nicely done. He's gonna click Bullet Punch because he might as well. Even with my 140 defense investment, that still does around 40%. Excuse this if you can see it. Excuse this. These things pop up all the time. Excuse this. But let's get back to this. So he switched. He went for Bullet Punch, and even with my 140 defense investment, that still did 42%. So that's goes to show you how frail Metagross, or how frail Alakazam is, and how dangerously powerful Metagross is. So I'm able to fire off my Shadow Ball, so that I am able to pick that up. He goes to Gengar. Now, with this Gengar, when I was building, I expected, when I saw it in the team composition, I was like, there's no way that's not Choice Scarfed, right? There's no way that's not Choice Scarfed, right? So I kept telling myself he's Choice Scarfed. So I went ahead and made the switch out to my, into my Galvantula to sack it, because that's the only thing I could have sacked, because Minion was late game sweeper, Landorus was responsive to his Mega Medicham, and Minior was late game sweeper, Manectric was Choice Scarfed, so I had to sack something. I decided to sack the Galvantula, because at that point, it was the most favorable ditch. So I go into my Manectric. Now, Manectric versus Gengar. The only way Choice Scarf versus Choice Scarf that I would outspeed is if he was modest and I'm timid, because of the speed differential based on beneficial and non-beneficial natures, right? So Andrew I have to commend, because Andrew done played me like a fiddle here. So I am going to click into Thunderbolt and do about 60%. Yeah, 67, 68%, which is just about the standard roll. And I kept telling myself he had to be Choice Scarf. But because I outsped him, I immediately thought he can't be Choice Scarfed. I immediately thought he cannot be Choice Scarfed, right? So at that point I'm like, okay, I can let my Manectric drop. My Manectric drops, my Choice Scarf response is dead. I go to my Mega Alakazam here because I'm like, he's not Choice Scarfed, right? He's not Choice Scarfed, right? I should be able to pick up the game at this point. He's not Choice Scarfed, right? Right? He's Choice Scarfed. And I was literally confused out of my mind. I want you to know, I was confused out of my mind. Because once my Manectric dropped, I was like, Manectric outsped. How is he outspeeding me? How is he outspeeding me? I don't understand. How is he outspeeding me? Right? And so I was all sorts of confused when I was actually battling him, because this is the exact response that I had when I battled him. Because Manectric dropped and Manectric outsped him. So, thought-wise, he can't outspeed me. Right? Unless he's a modest Choice Scarfer. Potentially. But it wasn't clear in my mind what he was. He actually, shout out to him for this prep, by the way. he played me like a fiddle in the sense that he let me outspeed him with my Manectric because he knew I would speed creep him, or try to. He knew I would run Choice Scarf because I've been running Choice Scarf every week since the beginning of the league. So he played me like a fiddle. He designed his Manectric he designed his Gengar to be a modest Choice Scarfer, to Choice Scarf himself enough speed to outspeed everything on my team except for Manectric. Why? Because if it ends up being Manectric versus Gengar, he wants me to believe, oh, I'm not Choice Scarf. You're safe to let this Gengar or this Manectric die. And at that point, once the Manectric dies, I can kind of just clean up your team. So I fell for that little trick of his, like nobody's business, and I was so confused the entirety of the battle. I asked him after the fact, and he was actually modest Choice Scarfed, so he wouldn't have outsped my Manectric, but he wanted me to think that he was not Choice Scarfed. He played the Choice Scarf very, very well in the battle. Props to Andrew for that, and a good game to him as well, because at this point we know I can't win, probably, but let's let the rest of this play out. But he was a modest Choice Scarfer, so his Gengar would not outspeed me, which would lower me into a false sense of security to sweep with my Alakazam after the fact. But he played me. That didn't happen. Shadow Ball comes out. I'm confused. Alakazam dies. I go to my Minior. Now, Minior can Shell Smash and sweep at this point still, right? Outside of his Water Shuriken Greninja, potentially, I can sweep. And if the Water Shuriken Greninja was a thing, I could have cleared up with Lantern, I think. With the Intimidate dropped, whatchamacallit, in the back. But I'm gonna tell y'all this now. I think right here I misplayed. But I'm gonna tell y'all why in a little while. Okay? But just know I think that I misplayed here. I'm gonna Shell Smash out, right? He's gonna click Shadow Ball because he's Choice Scarf modest. My whatever is gonna pop to the special defense drop. I'm gonna Shell Smash, right? But okay, right here, if my shield had gone down, right here, it wouldn't have made a difference. But because the damage output was not high enough to break my shield and double my speed, even if he was Choice Scarfed, I would have outsped him if my shield had gone down. But it was just shy of missing out on that. And because of that, he still outspeeds me. Click Shadow Ball, kills me because of the special defense drop. I'm like, huh? I go to my Landorus now. He clicks Shadow Ball, does around 52% to me. He gets a special defense drop. I click Earthquake and kill him. That decreases the differential to a 3-0. He clicks Water Shuriken and is able to kill me with 3 hits. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all some comments. He did obviously win the battle. He won 3-0. Oh no, he won 4-0. It decreased it from a 5 to a 4. He won 4-0. But I told y'all earlier, I think I misplayed when I switched into Minior. But I don't know how much the misplay mattered, because the Water Shuriken probably killed me from the range I would be at regardless. But I think I probably should have gone Landorus, Earthquake, Minior, Shell Smash, Water Shuriken probably kills anyway. So he probably would have gotten it anyway. So I don't know how much it mattered. It came down to I had to have preserved my Alakazam. Instead of sacking it to the false sense of security, I should have preserved it. But it is what it is. It's a good game to Andrew. He pulls out a 4-0, leaving his differential at plus 15, ours at a plus 7. We are now 4-2. Andrew is now 5-2. We are now 5-2 as well. However, our differential is +7. I don't know where that's going to put us as far as the league standings are concerned, because of the fact that the remainder of the battles have not been entered. But like I said, GG to Andrew, nicely prepped on your end, playing me like a fiddle. I haven't been played like that in a very long time. That was a very enjoyable match, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too, as much as I did. Like I said though at the beginning, let me know if you prefer battle plus team builder together or separate. That way I can incorporate that and your preferences to the channel in future league content, because there will be future league content, of course. But with all that being said, that is the end of week 7. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys aren't too upset with me with my horrible performance this week. I think that my prep was a little bit off this week. I think that my execution was off this week, but I was thinking about it in hindsight, and maybe I could have played a little bit differently, but I don't know how much difference it would have made. Maybe 1 differential point, maybe 2, but that's about it. I don't know that I would have won, but it is what it is. Enjoyable game regardless. GG to Andrew. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below like I said. I'll see you guys again in week 8 of the STL. I don't know who we're taking on, but we'll find out when we get there. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. Let me know, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, because those help out a lot. But until the next battle and video, this is your coach of the Texan Clearbodies. My name is Man, and until the next time, I'm out of here, y'all. Bye.